Thank you to the Windsor High JROTC cadets and Morgan Finley for the presentation of the flags and the Pledge of Allegiance. My name is Kate Pointek, and I am the advisor of the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society. Mr. Lockhart, Dr. Hill, Dr. Osunde, Mrs. Duras, Mrs. DeRossi, Dr. Lockhart, Mr. Parker, members of the faculty, students, families, and friends who are watching from home. Welcome to the class of 2021 National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of the Windsor High School for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. Our chapter is proud to have been inducting new members since 1957. Today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent for our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which established the eligibility for membership, the chapter members are leaders in many student organizations and serve our school and community through many activities. It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. It is these standards of excellence that you are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. I welcome Jade Robinson, Kaylee Garcia, Ariana Smith-Belgrave, and Rayanne Reed to review these qualities for the candidates.
The scholarship pillar to me is one of the most important aspects of the National Honor Society, and I feel as though it is the aspect that is most valued. Being a scholar or showing everyday scholarship means to go above and beyond the goals that are expected from you. Scholarship also means to always do the best possible work that you can do, and this can be demonstrated inside and outside the classroom. In the National Honor Society, we want to see student members excel in school and achieve the best grades that they know they are capable of. But we also want students to show scholarship outside the classroom by giving back to the community. And by doing this, we are making a positive impact within the world and showing how our hard work and dedication within the classroom can be used to make a difference within our world. The scholarship pillar demonstrates the diligence, effort, and commitment of students and a desire to learn and gain knowledge about the world and how they can use that for their future. Scholarship displays the strong work ethic that students have and how that their strong work ethic can help keep them motivated to achieve and obtain life-changing goals and opportunities. In all, the scholarship is what defines the National Honor Society, helps emphasize our morals and values of what we are about, and how our high expectations within the classroom helps display our dedication to acquiring greatness.
The service pillar is a pivotal role in being a part of the National Honor Society. Although community service was not a requirement to join this year, these students did not disappoint. Many students here have completed well over 200 hours of community service. As community service is always great, the service pillar is way more than that. It's a mindset. These students go out of their way to seek out and help other people and complete meaningful acts of service, which goes to show that they often choose helping other people before they worry about themselves. While we are not speaking of the character pillar, it is safe to say that these acts of service these students do say a lot about them and who they are. All in all, it is fair to say that these students do not just think of themselves. They want to help out other people and the community.
Leadership. In the National Honor Society, to be a leader means to be someone who is responsible, takes action, and leads by example. To be considered a leader, the student should be the most dedicated at what they do and have a passion to lead. A true leader is someone with ambition and a drive to better themselves and the people around them. This person is constantly overcoming obstacles, striving for greatness, and not waiting around for somebody else to complete a task for them. They are a trustworthy, approachable person who is always willing to help and offer direction. Leadership in the National Honor Society is more than just telling people what to do or looking good on a resume. It's helping and teaching others as you too learn along the way.
Character. As members of the National Honor Society, we understand that there are endless attributes to good character: perseverance, respect, integrity, honesty, sacrifice, the list goes on. Excellent and noble character is a high calling. The student of character upholds principles of morality and ethics, demonstrates high standards of honesty and reliability, regularly shows courtesy and concern for others, has powers of self-discipline and sustained attention, and actively helps rid the school of bad influences or environment. Character is the force within each individual, which distinguishes that person from others. It is the force which guides one through life and grows steadily when developed. Character is achieved and not received. As you sit here being inducted into the National Honor Society, you all have discovered and accepted qualities giving you good character, gaining the confidence of the NHS board. Having not only good character, but also a personality that tells people who you are is what being part of the NHS is all about. Thank you.
Earlier this year, each senior inductee chose a single member of the Windsor High School faculty whom they would like to be introduced by on this important night. I would like to personally thank all of the faculty members who graciously accepted the requests, are here with us tonight, and for the kind words that you're about to share. Assistant Principal Breon Parker and I will be presenting a membership pin, card, and certificate to each inductee. Following the introductions, Mr. Parker will lead the inductees in the membership pledge. Now, I invite faculty member Major John Spear to begin our introductions.
Clark Churchill has been a part of the Windsor High School JROTC program all 4 years of high school and has held key leadership positions as well as earning over 62 hours of community service in JROTC. He's been on the wrestling team, is a 4-year varsity baseball letterman, and is an active Boy Scout, currently on pace to earn the prestigious Eagle Scout rank later this year. I am proud of Clark's growth and achievements through his high school career and congratulate him on this induction to the National Honor Society.
Good evening. I'm a teacher here, Mr. Greg Andrews. I teach English, and I'd like to offer congratulations to my former student, well represented Glendale Bartolome, whose work and effort consistently exceeded expectations, going deeper and exhibiting critical thinking and a genuine love for learning. He's a nice young man, too. What more can be said about a student? Glendale, as you turn this latest corner and arrive at your next destination, it is this foundation education that will support your endeavors. Godspeed.
Rayanne Reed enters a room, and the energy in the room shifts. With her smile and her infectious personality, she lights up the room. But don't let that sunny disposition fool you. She's a fierce advocate for justice. She doesn't sit back on the sidelines, but jumps in full force to make a difference in her community. She applied this passion in my AP psychology classroom as well. She always strove to improve. If it was a quiz or a test or a concept, she made sure she understood it, not for the grade, but for the knowledge. Rayanne's incredible character, combined with her intelligence and her commitment to equality and social change, is a force to be reckoned with. Rayanne, welcome to the National Honor Society.
Good evening. I'm reading on behalf of Mrs. Woodard, who is sad she couldn't be here tonight. Rebecca Fraley is a resilient young woman who has overcome and dominated every obstacle that has come her way. She is a natural leader in the classroom, on the basketball court, and in the Windsor community. Mrs. Woodard is proud to have been her teacher, coach, and mentor, and also her teacher, and we are all her number one.
I've had Gedia in class since freshman year. He's taken and excelled in classes from all different areas of the building, including engineering, honors robotics, precision manufacturing, and a slew of AP courses. He's one of the hardest working, multifaceted young men I've ever met. The knowledge you possess is like an onion. It has layers. And the more layers you add to it, the brighter your future becomes. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the National Honor Society. On behalf of Miss Wales, Harris Nadim is a welcome addition to any classroom and is clearly motivated to succeed academically. He has completed our graphics career pathway to the highest advanced level with A's in every course. He will be pursuing a career in mechanical engineering at UConn. I would like to congratulate you on your induction into the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society. I look forward to hearing your successes in the future, Ms. Wales.
Nyla Wells is an amazing student that also happens to be a great person. I was a first-year teacher when I met 7th grade Nyla, and she definitely helped to make my first year easier. Her determination and focus as a student and basketball player were no joke. She was always willing to help others improve. These 7th grade qualities Nyla showed were clearly what helped her grow into the confident, strong person here today. Nyla has shown to many of us that she truly cares about people. She showed me this when she came over and talked to me moments before my interview for my job here at Windsor. The simple gesture meant so much because it helped calm my nerves and even helped me get the job since my interviewer so hard talking to me. I'm truly grateful to have the chance to say this. Welcome to National Junior Honor Society.
Wise well beyond her years, Ifat Bend Saeed is a powerful voice of reason, compassion, and justice. So much so that I cried when I thought she was changing schools a few years ago, like an absolute baby. But she didn't, so we're good. She has a way of making every person feel understood and valued, all while presenting her sharp intellect through innovative, thoughtful solutions. She's a teacher, a dreamer, a believer in humanity's ability to constantly improve. As a curriculum shaper on the book recommendation committee, an activist with an action club, Ifat has certainly met her goal to make Windsor High School a more inclusive space for all. Congratulations on all you have and will achieve. From the first days of Action Club in 9th grade, Priska Apanchow has been a leader in our school. She has tirelessly led her school and community projects promoting equity and inclusion, and Priska's involvement in Black Excellence, NCCJ Anytown, Action Club, and more prove her commitment to creating systemic, lasting change in our society. Just like Priska's activism, her love of writing and literature extend beyond the walls of the classroom. This Poetry Ourselves state champion has a poetry collection that should be required reading. There will be mile-long lines outside of bookstores to have your chapbooks signed, Priska. I'll be first in line. We are so proud of you. Daniela Alas. Windsor High School is lucky to have learned from Daniela's patience, kindness, and dedication over the past 4 years. She's a friend to all, and her academic drive and attention to detail will make her an asset to any community. The passion she brought to conversations about class texts in English 9 and English 11 make me excited for the positive changes she'll bring to the criminal justice field at the University of New Haven. You'll be sorely missed next year. We're so excited for your many accomplishments ahead. Congratulations. Cameron Monroe is a powerful leader in Windsor as a big sister, a student board representative, leadership council and high honor roll legend, Black excellence activist, and CEO of not one, but 2 nonprofits. Cam's Read the Room, diverse library, and Cam's collection, which promotes self-love and self-care. She's also a phenomenal teaching assistant, constantly planning ways to build community and empathy in the classroom, even during this challenging year. She never stops giving back to her community through her creativity and entrepreneurship. I'm a better person for knowing you, Cam, and I really hope you'll remember us when you're on the cover of O magazine. Congratulations. Melody Pena Gomez is one of the most hardworking students I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. In English 9 and 11, she volunteered for every reading opportunity, constantly asked for ways to improve, annotated beautifully, and contributed to class conversations with passion and preparation. Her deep commitment to learning and persevering through every endeavor will bring her great success as she pursues market management degree. We are so proud of you. Congratulations, Melody, and welcome to the National Honor Society. Anyone who knows Samantha understands that she will work tirelessly to meet any goal she sets for herself. As she prepared for the 2020 Kids Court Essay Competition, an organization that aims to uplift voices of people as they step up to end discrimination and promote civil rights, she sought feedback and revised so vigilantly that it was no surprise that she was one of 5 finalists in the state of Connecticut. The sky is the limit for you, Samantha, and you will continue to prove this throughout your outstanding dedication. We're so proud of you. Welcome to the National Honor Society.
Not having actually met many of my students this year, I was really surprised to be asked to introduce Autumn Hager to you. Maybe it was because her mother and I both graduated from Purdue University. I have only met her in person maybe 5 times, and one of those times she brought me chia pudding. As a distance learner, she is an ideal student. She is often the first to say hello in a crowd of ghosts, regularly comments in the chat. She's outgoing and independent, and always ready to help all participants. She's been working part-time jobs since she was a sophomore, and currently is a waitress and a lifeguard. She plans to attend the University of Tampa, go Spartans, to study one of her favorite subjects, either criminology, forensics, or what she's currently leading toward, which is nursing. Having somebody like Autumn show up at my bedside would be a good sentiment. With little fear of the future, Autumn will help make our world a much better place. Yet another student I have not met in person this year. After performing my due diligence in researching my subject, I can say that I am truly flattered and don't quite understand why am I standing here right now to present Pearson Fault. He is a versatile and adaptable self-starter who travels to his own beat and for whom maybe distance learning could have allowed him to blossom even further as a student. Pearson thinks outside the box, or at least is I rue that Pearson has been a distance learner this year, but I must say that in a room full of ghosts, he is the life of the party. His off-the-cuff comments and chat bon mots make the class far more enjoyable. His interest in mathematics and patterns is leading him to study programming at UConn. Go Huskies. It has also helped him to explore art through photography and music and video creations. Pearson is the philosopher king of the class of 2022.
Good evening. I am honored to introduce Jade Robinson at this time regarding her induction to the National Honor Society. Jade was a student in 2 of my classes. Jade is a warm-hearted person, and she proved this at our American Red Cross blood drives, and she was always prepared for class. Jade also has a nice sense of humor and a respect for her peers. Just as important is that Jade knows how to be successful both in and outside of the classroom, and I am confident that she will have much success beyond the walls of Windsor High School. Congratulations, Jade.
When I first met Randy Simons and she began her work with Warrior Productions here 4 years ago, her calm, quiet confidence, ability to perform under stressful situations, and her desire to always perform to her highest academic abilities was immediately evident. Through her time here, she has positively contributed to her athletic teams, participated in so many community events, and embodies what it means to be a Windsor Warrior. I'm so excited to hear about the successes she'll have at ECSU in the fall, and it is with great pride and enthusiasm that I welcome Randy Simons to the WHS National Honor Society.
Over the past 3 years, I've witnessed Amelia's leadership, respect, consistent hard work, not just in her art classes, but also as one of the most committed members of Art Club. In AP Art, Amelia is never afraid to go above and beyond to make her ideas come to life, even if it means laying in the beautiful sidewalk chalk drawing she just created for the sake of her art. She is an extremely patient and positive student, always there when a classmate needs her, and I'm so thankful for her being that person. It is my pleasure to introduce Amelia Shawaniak for induction into the National Honor Society. I knew Tatiana was talented, motivated, and determined when I first met her in Art Foundations, and I was thrilled to see her continue to achieve at the AP level. This year in AP Art, I witnessed Tatiana's incredible perseverance through a very personal and challenging sustained investigation portfolio of work, and I am so impressed with the quality and craftsmanship that she has maintained and continues to do so until the very end. Tatiana is as bold and impressive as her artwork, and I am honored to introduce her for induction into the National Honor Society.
Garcia? When I envision Miss Kaylee Garcia, I think about the way her smile could light up the room and her contagious positivity could always be felt by all. I became impressed with her level of commitment and leadership skills and willingness to always be a help no matter when, or whatever crazy activity I came up with for her to do. Her involvement in symphonic band, varsity sports, honor societies, and volunteering has not only proven her dedication to success, but shown how strongly she prioritizes her community and her responsibilities. Kaylee puts her whole heart into everything she's part of, and I'm so proud to have the honor of inducting Miss Kaylee Garcia into the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society. Emily Kijak. I am humbled beyond words to have been requested by Miss Emily Kijak to introduce her during this remarkable event. Emily has proven to be the epitome of self-motivation, commitment, and dedication to her academics and sports. She is without a doubt my one and only camera warrior. Her friends from the classroom call out to her, and it's almost as though she is sitting there amongst us every day. The work she's doing independently from home and the success she is able to maintain truly paints a picture of the fine young woman she is. I am proud to welcome Miss Emily Kijak into the Windsor chapter kind, soft-spoken, helpful, willing, achiever, motivated. These are all words that come to mind when I think back to my time in class with Autumn. I have fond memories of her role in that class. She subjected her petite self to arm-strangling bandages, splinting classmates into awkward positions, and dissecting animal parts in the process of learning how to care for folks experiencing mental health crises. In her time here at WHS, Autumn has grown into such a mature, well-rounded young woman who is ready for whatever challenges come her way in her post-secondary journey. She was recently awarded the Quarter 3 WHS Scholar Warrior, recognition for consistently meeting high standards, and I couldn't think of a more deserving recipient. It is my pleasure and honor to induct Miss Autumn Rook into the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society. Congratulations.
I have the pleasure of introducing Miss Helena Lang. Helena has been my student in symphonic band and jazz ensemble for 3 years after many moves, and we're happy she's here. In addition to being an excellent scholar, Helena is a gifted and dedicated musician and visual artist. She brings joy to people through her passions, as well as by means of her caring and humble nature. Helena leads by example and is well loved by her peers. She's a figure of leadership and one of the most memorable students I've had in my career. Helena will be attending Southern Connecticut State University in the fall to pursue a degree in nursing. I'm honored to have the opportunity to congratulate Helena on her induction into the Windsor High School chapter of the National Honor Society. The following was prepared by Dr. Tracy White. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Miss Rachel Acevedo Gabin. Rachel, who is affectionately known to me as the Lieutenant, has been a member of the award-winning choral department during her entire tenure here at Windsor High School. She began in the concert choir her freshman year and moved to the honors chorale her sophomore year. Rachel has progressed and flourished tremendously in her musical skills. I'm so amazed by how her voice has developed over the years. Although I could not get her to share her gift by singing a solo, I could still depend on her influential leadership in the alto section. Though Rachel is very quiet, her warm smile, sweet personality, and her love for music radiates through the room, making you aware that she is there. She has been overall a great asset to the music program. I know she will shine bright at the University of St. Joseph next year. I'm so proud of her accomplishments and honored to have this opportunity to congratulate her on being inducted into the Windsor High School National Honor Society.
So how do you compliment someone who needs no compliment? I'll tell you how. By saying she's even more than her accomplishments. If you didn't know that Rachel Cleveland is as distinguished as she is, she'd be the last to tell you. As humble as she is bright, Rachel makes school look like play. Because for her, it is. That she chose me to introduce her tonight is an accomplishment I won't soon forget and I won't hesitate to brag about. If you've had the pleasure to have Rachel, you know why. My student, our valedictorian, Rachel Cleveland. When you hear other teachers describing how great a student is and you haven't had him or her, it's not that you're skeptical, it's just that you want her in your class so that you can see for yourself. So for a time, I wondered who this Rachel Delsky I always heard about was. I've had this past year, and I can tell you, she's better than advertised. Fiercely driven, compassionate, and selfless, Rachel Delsky is a student who makes teaching easy. Rachel Delsky, welcome to the National Honor Society. Considering how it wasn't until about halfway through this past year that I stopped reflexively calling him by his older brother's name, I'm the one honored that Isaac Rosario even chose me to introduce him tonight. Isaac is as hard a worker as any student I've taught, and he's the type of young man who you hope will remember you when he becomes the success you know he's destined to be. It's my pleasure to announce Isaac Rosario.
I have had the pleasure of being part of Gabrielle Theo's high school career ever since she walked into my class as a quiet, timid freshman. During these past 4 years, I have watched her succeed, fall down at times, but most importantly, pick herself up and become stronger for the struggles that she has endured. I have truly enjoyed our conversations over the years and am excited for you as you enter the next chapter in your life. Gabriella will be entering the military and serving our country alongside pursuing a career in nursing, two fields that are both selfless, which mimic the person she is. It is my pleasure to welcome Gabriella into the National Honor Society. Next, I have the honor of introducing AMAy Johnson. AMAy might be one of the hardest working students I have had the pleasure of teaching. Her dedication to her academics is unwavering. Outside of the classroom, AMAy has been a member of the Leadership Council, Big Sister Mentoring Program, played volleyball, and lacrosse, all with the same passion for excellence as she does with her schoolwork. I have no doubt that she will have a flourishing career in her desired field of healthcare upon the completion of her collegiate career. It is my pleasure to welcome AMAy Johnson into the National Honor Society.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to introduce Raquel Randolph tonight. I had the pleasure of teaching Raquel during her sophomore year in AP Biology. Raquel is an incredibly intelligent student and very hard worker. She infused so much positive energy into class with her thoughtful questions and insightful comments. Her presence just brightens up any space that she's in. What stands out to me most about Raquel, beyond all of her incredible academic accomplishments, is the way that she always checks in on others to make sure that they're doing okay, no matter what's going on with her. She takes the time to listen and be there for those around her. I know that she'll make a positive difference to many in the future and accomplish incredible things in her life. I'm so happy to welcome Raquel to the National Honor Society. It's also my pleasure tonight to introduce Isabel Koistinen. I was lucky to be able to work with Izzy 2 years in a row. First, in AP Biology her sophomore year, and I was so excited to learn that she was coming back to be my TA the following year. I was very excited to learn recently that she will also be majoring in biology next year. Izzy's incredibly dedicated to everything she pursues, from academics to swimming to orchestra and to her commitment to those around her. She always goes above and beyond. When she encounters a challenge and needs advice, she seeks it out and listens wholeheartedly and humbly. Izzy is one of the most mature, reliable, and resilient students I have ever known. I'm so proud to welcome Izzy to the National Honor Society.
When Tristan Harrison entered my AP Bio class at the beginning of his sophomore year, he was somewhat in the academic shadow of his older sister, and he was a little unsure of his capabilities. Tristan has since gained nothing but confidence. He's clearly a scholar in his own right. It is my honor to introduce Tristan into NHS, and I am looking forward to watching what Tristan has in store for him. Noah Keeney is one of those rare people who has blended art and science into one seamless whole. Noah has grown incredibly as a student of science during his Windsor High School career, and I will always appreciate the day he brought his bass guitar to my class and played riffs from one of my favorite bands, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Noah, please continue to amaze the world with your creative passion for both art and science.
When I first met Nicole Chavez, it became quickly apparent that she had the potential for great success in all areas, especially writing. In fact, I distinctly remember her coming up to me at the end of one of my early classes and saying, "I want to be a better writer. I want to get good at this." And she did. She did it by staying after more than anyone in her class. She did it by going back and revising her writing time and again. She did it by believing that that she could. Now, some of you may know that my wife is due to have a little baby girl in just over a month. And if my own future daughter comes anywhere close to having as much heart and as much drive as this young woman, well, I know she'll just be just fine when she enters this world. Congratulations, Nicole. You deserve all that you've worked so hard to achieve.
Xavier Lockhart. Anyone who knows Mr. Lockhart understands that he is quite the comedian. I know this because he always started his history papers with an analogy that made me laugh. His New Deal analogy was particularly good. Outside of his individual academic accomplishments, his greatest effect on our classroom was making it a more welcoming and inclusive environment. His positive and upbeat demeanor helped other students in our class lower their guard and made them more apt to contribute, enriching our discussions. His ability to stay positive helped him through injury and caused him to become the hardworking student who pushes himself to do the best he can, whether in the classroom or the Windsor community. I'm pleased to welcome Xavier into the National Honor Society. Julian Rivera. Before tonight's ceremony, I asked Mr. Rivera to reflect on the changes that he had experienced during his 4 years at Windsor High School. He said that he had matured both as a student and an athlete, and that he was able to find new ways to motivate himself. Yet for me, the characteristics Julian possesses that have not changed stood out the most. He's always positive. He can find the good in any situation. He's caring. He lifts up his peers in the classroom and his teammates on the diamond. In short, he's just an outstanding person. These characteristics aren't measured by a test score or a grade or a batting average. They're measured by how an individual carries themselves day in and day out. Julian's always up for that challenge. I'm proud to welcome him into the ranks of the National Honor Society and cannot wait to see what else he accomplishes in life during his institution.
Lydia Walter. She's very nervous right now. Almost 4 years ago, in August of 17, an athlete walked in, not fierce and not mean. She walked onto the deck to her equipment and lock as her coach yelled to the seniors, "Keep your eye on the clock." 4 years ago, she was quiet as ever, but for those of you who know her, Lydia quiet? Never. She seems to be active throughout the school, but perhaps I know her best by her activities in the pool. From all conference to state qualifier, her academics wouldn't fall. I would counsel her through AP Chem, barely understanding it at all. She sees the good in people, her faith is paramount, and she has swam so many laps, too many to count. Church and volunteer work take up her time and may deter some from participating in band, where she beats on that drum. Her job at McDonald's, amongst all that lard, made her want to become a super lifeguard. She is kind and funny and does not miss a beat. My kids all love her. That Lydia is neat. The University of Maryland summoned. She's off in the fall. From a warrior to a Terp, she answered her call. She isn't a girl who just tries to get by and even passed her driver's test on her first try. I'm glad to get to work with her as a teacher, coach, and friend, and now my little poem has come to an end. Congratulations, Lydia.
Lieja demonstrates a strong passion for knowledge and a desire to learn content and apply new skills daily. Her products often display a synthesis of the content covered in class as well as additional independent research. She exhibits leadership qualities by guiding collaborative groups and taking the lead in student-led discussions where she asks her peers to explain, to defend, and to reflect on their opinions. This past spring, Lieja became one of the founding leaders of a student-crafted organization, Black Excellence, dedicated to building networks to stand against injustice. She's been a leading organizer of youth forums on racial and social issues and developing a student rally in her community. It is clear that she has found her voice as she impressively commits to creating spaces where other students feel safe, feel uplifted, and feel celebrated. You can always count on Lieja to show up in exemplary ways. She has grown to define herself for herself, and it's my pleasure to welcome Lieja Costin to the National Honor Society. Morgan Finlay. Morgan's drive and inherent motivation has grown tremendously. I've had her in advisory since I first got here in 10th grade. Impressively, she demonstrates clear understanding of concepts, willingly engages first, displays her enthusiasm when she's excited about new learning, and expresses her genuine concerns as they develop. She is filled with hope and determination. Last spring, Morgan was the student who never stopped engaging, who communicated on behalf of her peers, and who displayed continuous efforts to maintain a positive learning experience that she had before the quarantine. This fall, in African American literature, she continued to fearlessly share her insights and demonstrate exceptional analyses. Morgan is an insightful thinker who is self-aware and self-driven to gain a deeper understanding of the human condition. She desires to find the best in every moment, find her inner peace, and dig deep to find her constants. And by the way, I'm citing their college essay. Welcome to the National Honor Society, Morgan. Nahalia Davis. I have grown increasingly impressed with Nahalia's persistent pursuit of knowledge. Her drive and inherent motivation have been tremendously empowering. Her work always demonstrates quality and growth. She maintains a pleasant disposition about learning, as she is often an engaging and curious student that helps to make academic environments a lively and safe place to take intellectual risks. She consistently seeks out constructive feedback so that she can improve her writing and her skills, and she challenges her peers to think critically about topics. Nahalia is truly a sweet and commendable individual who will impress everyone that she meets. It is my pleasure to welcome Nahalia Davis to the National Honor Society. Ariana Smith Belgrave. Ariana is intuitive and focused in all of her pursuits. She communicates her needs, expresses her insights, and continuously exhibits growth and improvement in the quality of her work and in her passion to address real-world issues. She maintains pride in all that she does, and she ensures products demonstrate quality, effort, and critical thinking. Ariana possesses a genuine interest in improving the experiences of others, and this is evident in her leadership roles and her efforts to work towards social justice reform. Ariana is a charismatic and confident abstract thinker with her own approach to learning, who has discovered the power of her voice and her talents. Welcome to the National Honor Society, Ariana Smith.
I'm happy to introduce Alyssa DeCarlo. I've had the privilege of getting to know and work with Alyssa this year in human anatomy and physiology. Her interest and energy in the class make it one of my favorite blocks to teach. Her questions are always pushing other students and myself to get better and better and improve, and her enthusiasm is contagious. She helps to make the class an amazing environment for all students by sharing parts of her life, like how she is basically America's Next Bake Off champion. You see some of the pictures of her cakes, and working out at her local gym and teaching students there. She also always applauds other students' successes and helps to create a space that anyone would want to be a part of. I'm so honored to introduce her and welcome her to the National Honor Society.
This is Victoria Day. It's always an honor for a teacher to be asked to write a letter of congratulations for a student receiving an award. In this particular case, the most difficult part is to distill the essence and wonderful nature of such a student as Victoria into a mere 20 seconds. As a student in my freshman social studies class, she was top-notch, always giving more, not less. In the ensuing years, as a teaching assistant in the same class, she was an invaluable support, taking younger kids under her wing without any prompting. That's leadership. Victoria also joined my Model UN Club, where she got up in front of 300 students, or I think it was actually more than that, at a statewide event and spoke with poise and confidence. Behind the scenes, she put her heart and soul into supporting and encouraging other teammates. Again, leadership. And while maintaining a rigorous course load of AP classes across the years, she is truly one of the most selfless and reliable young adults I have ever met and will meet. Vic, you have left an indelible mark, not only on the other students you mentored and worked with, but on me too. I just wish we could go on for another 4 years. You deserve this honor and many more. Congrats.
I'm so excited to welcome Madeline May to Golden National Honor Society. Madeline is a student in my AP English Literature class. And what I've observed most about Madeline is her level-headedness and her ability to juggle multiple responsibilities. When I asked Madeline who helped her to be successful throughout high school, her first person she listed was her mother. She also wanted to thank Miss Chudzik, Miss Wales, Mr. Spalding, and Miss Atterbury Wine for their guidance and support throughout 4 years. So congratulations, Madeline, on being accepted into National Honor Society. Leah Gachuru. I'm proud to introduce Miss Leah Gachuru. Leah is always the first one in the classroom, or in the Google Meet. It is this consistency, as well as having the focus and poise someone well beyond her years, that makes Leah stand out. This is in addition to her compassion, her literary insight, and her attention to detail. Leah is excited to attend the University at Albany next year to major in human biology, and then go on to complete graduate work in the field of cardiology. Leah would like to share her gratitude to all of the WHS teachers and staff who helped her make the transition into Windsor High School during her junior year, and to her family for always being supportive and understanding. Congratulations, Leah. Yasmin Cruz. I'm reading this for Miss Sheena Boyle, who is unable to be here tonight, but definitely wishes she could. To describe Yasmin as someone who looks on the bright side and can inspire others is simply insufficient. My first interaction with Yasmin was as an observer at her freshman orientation. As I watched her small form take the microphone and stir her peers into chants of excitement, I knew I was watching someone special. I was pleased to find her in my English 10 High Honors class, and in the following year, my AP English language course. She brought the same fervor and optimism to every single class, every single discussion, and every single assignment. To witness a student grow from year to year and truly find who they are as a learner is not just a pleasure, but a privilege. She is well deserving of this honor, and it has been a pleasure to be a part of her journey.
I am honored to introduce Carly Simons, or as I often greet her in the hallway, Carly. She is a positive leader in the classroom and on the playing field, competing on the soccer, lacrosse, and unified basketball teams. In her sophomore year, she began to take an interest in engineering, competing to design a water pump that could move 5 gallons of water in 5 minutes. She is the recipient of the RIT Award for Innovation and Creativity and will continue her studies at Western New England College in the Honors Engineering program. It is my pleasure to welcome Carly into Windsor's chapter of the National Honor Society.
Ayana Mala Shrestha is a woman who demonstrates persistent curiosity, a quiet confidence, and determined yet modest pursuit of challenge, which she tackles with excellence. Ayana's qualities shine in her scholastic pursuits, in a host of challenging AP courses in the humanities and STEM fields, and as a scholar athlete on the soccer field and leading the girls' tennis team. As her teacher for 2 years, I had the privilege of sharing conversations with her about life in South Asia, and seeing her write and write and write again in AP World History. But most importantly, I've seen Ayanna curious and interested in others, listening carefully, responding thoughtfully, and embracing the diversity that surrounds her. Ayanna, I congratulate you on your induction in the National Honor Society.
Giselle Veras is a student in Personal Finance 2 honors class. Giselle is a diligent student who demonstrates leadership at all times. I can count on Giselle to keep her classmates in the breakout rooms on task, and I can also count on her to help her classmates with any kind of clarifying questions they may have. Giselle is kind and patient, and most importantly, she takes pride in handing in exceptional work before the deadline date. Giselle, hard work does pay off. Congratulations. In an era where many adults in authority and power seem to lack an empathetic gene, Anaya Johnson demonstrates patience, kindness, and empathy in spades. Anaya is always the first with a kind and encouraging words to her classmates and to me as we persevered through this year. Anaya has been the president of FBLA, and we value your leadership, her service, and her character. Welcome to the National Honor Society.
I am happy to introduce Sarah Serrano. I had the pleasure of having Sarah in my class junior year. Sarah is an extremely well-rounded and dedicated student. Sarah shows strong understanding of chemistry concepts and was always willing to help any of her peers in class. Sarah is an involved athlete that is the captain of her volleyball and softball team, volunteers at church, and is a member of the gospel choir. I am proud to welcome Sarah into the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society. I am happy to introduce Ayanna Douglas. I had the pleasure of having Ayanna in my chemistry class junior year. Ayanna is an extremely hardworking, caring, and mature student. Ayanna excelled in chemistry and showed perseverance through difficult topics. Ayanna was an excellent addition to the classroom and was always willing to help her peers in class. I have no doubt that Ayanna will be successful at anything she puts her mind to. I am proud to welcome to her into the Windsor's chapter of the National Honor Society.
Kaya is an incredibly down-to-earth, commonsensical, and honest young woman. She's easy to talk to and genuinely cares about her peers. Somehow, last spring, in a time when so many students, and maybe a teacher or two, were feeling a lot of stress and anxiety, Kaya brought a calming effect to every class. Sometimes she attended virtual class sitting on her deck. Other times, her background would be the stars on her bedroom ceiling. One thing was for sure, Kaya was always smiling. At Windsor High, she's been the captain on the soccer team for 2 years and enjoys playing the piano. It is my pleasure to welcome Kaya Doshi into the National Honor Society. Alec Lockney. Here is a baseball-throwing, pen-twirling, fast thinker who was incredibly helpful to others. During class, he often had side conversations while I was teaching, but when I listened in, he was often helping someone understand the concept that he knew. His excitement for learning is awesome. I was elated when Alec became a teaching assistant for me this year. His smile, positivity, and quick, enthusiastic responses made him easy to work with and a great addition to our class. You have a lot to be proud of, Alec. Welcome to National Honor Society. Bailey Strouch. Bailey is the president of the Latin Honor Society and also participates with Big Sister Mentoring and Leadership Council. In addition, she has spent many years on the soccer team. I was honored to watch Bailey's kind-hearted persistence come to life when she helped my freshman students during my Algebra 1 class last year. Her unassuming personality earned her credit with students, and she was able to be a consistent and caring force for them. I'm truly grateful for the time she spent in my classroom. Welcome to National Honor Society.
Prior to meeting Vishanti, another teacher heard that I had her and sang her praise. Luckily, meeting and teaching her, I was not disappointed. Vishanti remains one of the best students I have ever worked with. Not only is she intelligent, but she is funny, kind, extremely helpful to her classmates, and is mature beyond her years. After getting to know her, it is clear to me that she is destined for greatness. Vishanti is an asset to any classroom, school, or community she is part of, and I will continue to sing her praise. It is a true honor and privilege of welcoming Vishanti Mack into the National Honor Society. Congratulations.
All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to, well, we're going to do the pledge very shortly, but I wanted to take this opportunity to just talk to the class of 2021, my class, and just tell you how really proud I am to watch you grow over the last 4 years. You know, we've been through a lot, right? A lot that people might say we lost. But tonight, we focus on what we've gained, what we've achieved, and that's what you've done. National Honor Society is a big deal, right? But we don't get there alone. And for a second, I just want you to stop and think about all the people that have helped you get to this point. Be it your teacher, parent, guardian, sibling, friend. So stop and think, the journey, right? It's a long road, but at the same time, I say it all the time to folks that if anybody's gonna take us out of a pandemic, it's gonna be my students from the class of 2021. All right, so use tonight and this honor as a blueprint, as courage, and just keeping in your heart that anything you put your mind to, you can achieve it. All right? So, for all those people that you thought of for that second that helped you get to this point, please give them a round of applause. And then for yourselves, because you put that work in, a round of applause. I personally want to say thank you to all their teachers for putting that hard work in through over the years, and to all those family members out there. I personally appreciate you and thank you. So with that said, okay, go ahead. So with that said, you're gonna get ready to put a cap on this thing, right? So I'm gonna ask you all to stand up, and you're gonna face your teachers, just to your left. and I'm going to ask you to recite the National Honor Society pledge of the Windsor chapter. Repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, as to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Welcome to the National Honor Society.
Thank you, Mr. Parker, for your kind words. Mr. Leonard Lockhart, President of Windsor Board of Education, has joined us this evening.
I welcome him to say a few words to our newest
members of the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society.
To the inductees, this is a moment you will not forget showing. You've shown your resolve. You've been through things that many of us, quite frankly, cannot empathize with. But we salute you this day. As Mr. Parker stated, there have been many that helped you along the way to get to this point. Your parents, your guardians, your loved ones, your friends, your support structure, and importantly, the staff and teachers of Windsor Public Schools. Without the teachers, there is no profession that is possible within this world. So it starts with the educational system. So on behalf of the Windsor Board of Education, I salute the inductees and equally important, the parents, the guardian support system, as well as the teachers through our Windsor Public Schools. And I would be remiss not to thank Dr. Hill, our superintendent, who is the leader of our district, for all that you do, as well as Dr. Sunday in his absence, and to you, Mr. Parker, for putting this event on this evening. Students, hold on to this feeling. I hope and pray that I'm alive and well to see all the greatness that you will achieve within this world. And don't forget, leave the planet in a better place than what you're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Dr. Terrell Hill, Superintendent of Windsor Public Schools, has a few words for our NHS members,
and then he will present 3 awards. Each is named after a former superintendent of Windsor Public Schools and is accompanied by a gift of $250, which will be presented at Senior Scholarship Night.
This is strange. First time I stood at this podium, 2002, I could see everything. I never thought I would ever wear glasses. But here we stand in 2021, and I definitely need glasses. Good evening. First, I'd like to say good evening to the parents, board members, guests, NHS National Honor Society inductees. As they say by name, I want to say too, I am very proud of you. In addition to the pillars of National Honor Society scholarship, service, leadership, and character, I want you guys one more trait to carry with you this class. As I was sitting here through the program, I realized that they spent their junior year, second half, in the pandemic. In high school, it doesn't really get started until your junior year, you know that. You guys had to give up a big chunk of that. Then you had to give up your senior year in a different format during the pandemic. So I absolutely salute you for being those who have as an incredible trait of perseverance. None of you have given up. When I was told this is the induction ceremony that didn't occur, I was like, wow.
You didn't let distance learning, hybrid learning, get you on screen, mute still on. None of that kept you from accomplishing what you accomplished. So I'm very proud of you. I want you to hear that. I don't want to give you a lot of words to say. I love quotes, and then one quote I love from someone who I read a lot of his books, John C. Maxwell. You guys are all leaders, and what you know is leadership is influence. So my expectation is that you receive your hands, you receive these honors, you'll receive more honors. Again, if you will be honored in a minute here, but beyond all that, you're all leaders. So therefore, the expectation is that you will lead Windsor High, you will lead Windsor Community, you will go off to society, and whatever you choose to do, whether it's off to college, off to the military, off to work, and you will lead. And that leadership simply means you will have influence. And I hope that influence is a trait that you use to cause others to do better and to do good and to treat others well. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to call our three scholars. I'm going to read them one by one, so come up, please, when I call your name. The first one is the Paul J. Sorbo Jr. Scholar. Whereas Paul J. Sorbo Jr. did serve as superintendent of the public schools in Windsor from 1969 to 1988, and did hold the title of Superintendent Emeritus of the public schools in Windsor from 1988 until his death in July 2006. And whereas Paul J. Sorbo, as superintendent of the public schools, exhibited a passion for all students and sought to unite students from diverse racial and socioeconomic backgrounds. And whereas Paul J. Sorbo was a champion for students with disabilities, initiated groundbreaking special education programs, and worked continuously to assist all children to reach their maximum potential. Therefore, now we resolve that the Windsor Board of Education, as an act of lasting gratitude and respect to his memory, does establish the honorary title of Paul J. Sorbo Jr. Scholar to be conferred annually on that senior student of Windsor High School, boy or girl, who has shown excellence of scholarship and community service, such student to be entitled to hold said title for life. The Paul J. Sorbo Scholar is Rachel Cleveland. Next, we have the Daniel Howard Scholar. Whereas Daniel Howard did serve as superintendent of the public schools of Windsor from 1910 to 1934, and did hold the title of Superintendent Emeritus of the public schools of Windsor from 1934 until his death in June 1967. And whereas Daniel Howard, as superintendent of the public schools of Windsor, did contribute significantly in guiding the growth of the Windsor school system and in establishing a standard of excellence. And whereas Daniel Howard, throughout his long life, did contribute significantly
establishing a standard of educational excellence in Windsor schools. And whereas Dr. Earl S. Russell, widely recognized as a scholar, educator, and public leader, and endowed with extraordinary foresight and perceptiveness, brought a most beneficial influence to education and all of those with whom he had contact. He performed Herculean tasks without fanfare, with his main concern the benefits to generations of youngsters. Words could never attest to his contributions to education, the community, and his fellow men. Therefore, now it is resolved that the Windsor Board of Education, as an act of lasting gratitude and respect to his memory, does establish the honorary title of Earl S. Russell Scholar to be conferred annually on that senior student of Windsor High School, boy or girl, who has shown excellence of scholarship, character, and leadership. Such student to be entitled to hold said title for life. And Dr. Earl S. Russell Scholar is Rachel Adelsky. Once again, we'd like to congratulate our three scholars. Well done.
This concludes our 64th induction of the Windsor chapter of the National Honor Society. A special thank you to Mr. Jeff Goodin and Mr. Gary Nolan for streaming tonight's event. A huge amount of gratitude for the teachers for their introductions. Thank you all for your amazing words on behalf of our seniors. Dr. Hill, Mr. Lockhart, Mr. Parker, thank you. Thank you all for attending both